Welcome to sleepless monologues, to the absolute darkness and silence of tonight. Tonight, we are traveling to a moment where we decide to step away from the relentless, suffocating, and unsettling emptiness of the days we live in, leaving the deafening noise of the world behind. We will step away from the exhausting lights of those massive cities, the unending responsibilities of our present, and place the endless conflicts within our minds aside. All of it will remain outside your door, unable to reach you in the bed where you lie. With an absolute inertia, tonight we will join the study room of someone who, just like you, knows loneliness and seeks peace. If these dark, forgotten, and silent corners of history bring you peace, if they help your mind slow down and lighten the invisible burden on your shoulders, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. And now, while you are still awake, tell me in the comments, from where in the world and at what exact time are you joining me from within this darkness? Knowing that people who have never met from completely different corners of the world are falling asleep at the exact same time, to the exact same heavy story in that freezing silence. Believe me, this is a very ancient, very protective, and extremely magical feeling that binds us together. Now calmly, slowly allow your eyes to close, making sure to be present in the moment. Imagine that your bed is a fortress for you, and while you are inside this fortress surrounded by massive stones, be certain that no one can harm you. Feel the infinite beauty of gravity and experience your peace. Release your shoulders, that stiff tension in your neck, your entire body. Prepare your body for tonight's dark journey through time. Allow it to grow heavier into the soft darkness, to sink slowly and completely into the bed. Now, take a deep, calm breath through your nose and release it very calmly. With every breath in and out, feel yourself drifting away from the things that trouble you and pull you away from yourself in the struggle of the mind. You belong here now. There is no need to think of anything else, anywhere else. In a moment, I will count down from 5 for you. With each number I say, the walls of your room will be replaced by the walls of our story tonight, and you will feel yourself looking at the walls of a story you have never known before. 5. The meaningless sounds of the outside world are beginning to stay outside. 4. Your breath is now under your control. 3. You have now isolated yourself from the world you are in. 2. You are feeling the heavy and absolute cold of a freezing winter night. 1. You are now completely ready. The year is 1862. You are in the Telegraph room during those dark hours of Abraham Lincoln. Everything you witness is now yours. Welcome.
Right now, in the longest and darkest night of 1862, I am sitting all alone in this ice-cold, stone-walled telegraph room of the War Department in Washington. Outside, there is a terrifying, merciless, unending storm battering the stone walls. The low moan of the wind against the wooden window frame sounds as if this massive building, this tired city, is groaning to itself. But inside, there is only one sound: the ceaseless, nerve-wracking clicking of this small brass telegraph machine that has been receiving news for hours. It is so continuous, so unnerving. It reminds me of time itself, neither speeding up nor slowing down, simply making you feel as it should. And I, sinking deeper into this thick, heavy woolen shawl on my shoulders upon this rough wooden chair, feel my body slowly surrendering to the rhythm of these clicks, to the absolute inertia of this freezing room. The only thing illuminating my room is the flickering, feeble, and tired orange light of this small gas lamp on the corner of my desk. The light is so weak, so helpless. It doesn't even have the strength to illuminate that massive, midnight blue darkness growing in the corners of the room. Just the room, just like me. It too is tired of resisting the darkness, just drawing a small circle around itself and waiting to fade out. I am no longer trying to stop that numbing cold climbing from the tips of my toes to my knees, and from there slowly up toward my rib cage. On the contrary, I am letting that cold seep into my skin, slowing the flow of my blood, making me a numb, lifeless part of this room. This is not being cold. This is finally being crushed under a weight I have carried for so long. Finally bowing to gravity. My body is stiff. My fingertips touch the rough wooden surface of the desk, but I can barely even perceive the hardness of the wood. Everything around me is being gently pulled into that bottomless, silent numbness. Opposite me, scattered across the desk, lies a pile of papers. Telegraph ribbons filled with hundreds, thousands of unnamed, bitter fates and heavy decisions. During the day, when I came into this room, these papers looked to me like the destiny of a nation, like a map that needed to be pieced together. But now, in this meaningless hour of the night, with the cold I feel in my lungs, I face the reality that they are merely pieces of paper. The ink on the papers has dried up, just like that ceaseless rush to find solutions, that exhausting will inside me, slowly drying up and vanishing. I feel the invisible, massive mountains of expectation resting on my shoulders, now turning into the physical weight of these clothes, pushing me deeper into the chair. Every idea in my mind is slowly drawn inward in the damp and soot-scented air of this room. My eyelids have become so still against the exhaustion of the night. Every effort I make to keep them open brings another layer of exhaustion to my body. I want to listen to the mind-numbing sound of the telegraph that has been going on for hours, and let it take away whatever thoughts are passing through my mind. These telegraph clicks also remind me of how ordinary I am at the other end of the world at this hour of the night, trying to hold a massive country, almost an entire continent, together, trying to offer happy tomorrows to millions of people. I think, on one hand, how arrogant I am, how much of a dreamer I am. Now, as my feet freeze on this stone floor, as that rigid tension in my neck softly unwinds, I feel that effort, too, melting away within the monotonous rhythm of the telegraph. Those telegraph clicks, click, 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 merge with my slowing heartbeat. The darkness of the room closes the crowded rooms within my mind one by one. The deafening, demanding noise of the outside world drowns within these four walls, within my absolute and compassionate inertia. I am simply stopping. I am just falling step by step, slowly, toward that immense numbness, that bottomless void offered to me by this ice-cold night, this dark room, that exhausting, endless effort I spent to hold my neck up is finally coming to an end. My chin, offering no resistance, slowly drops toward my chest. My ribcage under my coarse wool shawl softly rises and falls just to breathe, just to fulfill the bare minimum requirement of staying alive. The relentless clicks of the telegraph continue, countless messages pouring into this room, onto this desk, over those thin copper wires, day and night. Each click is a farewell torn from a dark forest far away, a muddy terrain, a cold tent. During the day, with commanders and advisors around me, I was forced to see these sounds as moves on a map, as strategic numbers. But now, in this absolute solitude, in the pitch darkness of this freezing room, I know what those clicks actually mean. They are not numbers. They are the sounds of that endless, bottomless void falling into the homes of other mothers and fathers who are waiting somewhere, sitting in the dark right now, just like me. The void I carry inside me, the one nothing can fill, the one no word or victory can close. Now I remember those days. It feels like only a few weeks ago, yet it feels as if it takes me years back. I am in that massive room of the White House. My son, my child, Willie, my cheerful, fun, one and only son. The void I felt the first moment I sat on the edge of his empty bed, his small body softly fading away in fever, and the terrifying silence that followed, deafening even my own soul. There are those who say, I am the most powerful man in the world. I give orders to armies. I direct wars. I play a key role in changing the fate of a massive country. But that night, when my son faded from my palms into an endless darkness, into that bottomless well, I was left standing there as a thing that had absolutely no idea what to do. All the nonsense I relied on until then, all those affairs of state, those lies for politics vanished in an instant, and I froze inside. Since that day, I can feel nothing. The pain sank so deeply into me that even the cold outside does not diminish the level of the fire within. This pain has permeated every piece of my soul. Now, all that remains is this inertia and the absence of my feelings. With every click reaching my ear from the Telegraph, with the news of every young man fading into the darkness far away, the absence of my child in that empty bed revives in my mind over and over again. Tens of thousands of sons, just like my child, Willie. On this cold winter night, the sons of this country surrender to this bottomless well. An entire country, just like my heart, turns into a massive, freezing emptiness. And I, who am responsible for all of this, sitting stiffly in this wooden chair, am literally crushed under this weight. The wool shawl on my shoulders turns into a heavy lead plate that traps all the pains of the world, all the farewells inside me, nailing me to where I sit. It is now past midnight. The numbness in my fingers reaches other parts of my body. I cannot feel my legs. The massive void filling my chest now merges with the freezing cold of this room, offering me a strange anesthesia. I am so tired that I don't even have the strength to be sad, to mourn, and to shed tears. My being, its never silent pain, that unbearable melancholy, slowly gives way to the heavy, numbing, and wordless paralysis of this night. The absence of Willie and the absence of all those people coming from the Telegraph, they all unite in one great, compassionate darkness. I don't want to fight this pain anymore. I don't want to resist. I just want to surrender myself to the arms of this numbness, to glide softly, feeling no weight, toward that deep inertia where even pain freezes and vanishes. I am letting go the past, the future, the pain, and that empty room. I surrender all of it to the slowing clicks of the telegraph, that immense, irresistible pressure on my eyelids. I have nothing left to do but accept that I have succumbed to it. The man who will save the world, the father of the nation, the unifying president. Those massive words that people placed upon me, which I carried for years with stubbornness, arrogance, and endless exhaustion. Right now, in the middle of this freezing telegraph room, in the light of that flickering, feeble gas lamp, how meaningless, how hollow they all seem. The large map resting on my desk. That piece of paper I leaned over to examine rivers, mountains, state borders, changing the positions of armies. As my eyes adjust to the darkness, the lines on that map blur, the borders disappear. Only a grey, lifeless surface remains. Just like my will, my ambition to shape the world, to hold it together, is pulverized under the compassionate weight of this ice-cold night. The feeling of guilt is starting to weigh heavy now. Why did I try so hard? Well, I couldn't even pull my own child out of that massive void of darkness. What a great blindness it was to believe I could endanger the lives of millions like this. This being of mine, which searched for answers to every question like a typewriter in the rooms of my mind for years, doing everything it could to solve every problem, finally gives up in the darkness of this night. The veins in my neck have relaxed. My arms are merely limbs. I cannot even react to their stillness. The back of this wooden chair is my only support right now. I have neither the strength to stand up nor the wisdom to give an order. That savior role, that heavy garment that doesn't belong to me, I tear it off from the depths of my mind and throw it away, just as I would cast off this old wool shawl from my shoulders. I leave it next to this dying lamp in the dark corner of the desk. There is no country left to save. There is nothing left to fix. The telegraph machine's click sounds seem to nail into my brain, but it says nothing. It gives no message. Words, messages, even letters have lost their meaning. They only pierce the silence of the night and mean nothing more than a lullaby melody. These sounds scatter the last crumbs of thought in my mind. That massive storm outside, the voice of politics that lasts until morning but never ends, the endless demands of the ministers, all of them blend into the silence and the storm of the night outside these four walls. Tonight, I don't have to solve any of them anymore. I don't have to shoulder the burden of the country. Right now, I am only an old man lost in the inertia of breathing, and I only want to be here. My eyes are closing completely. That freezing and merciful darkness I feel when my eyelashes touch wraps me like a thick blanket, protecting me from all the wounds of the outside world. That unceasing melancholy inside me, that sharp ache caused by my son's absence, goes numb and senseless within this endless sleep paralysis. My body surrenders to this chair, to the unquestionable, supreme compassion of gravity. My thoughts silently melt and fade away like snowflakes hitting the window. I am no longer carrying any weight. I am no longer searching for anything. I release myself toward the dark waters of this wordless, dreamless, bottomless ocean. Slowly, calmly, and completely to sleep, only to go numb and sleep. Sitting in this wooden chair, in this coat that pulls me down on my shoulders, I feel with exhaustion how this cold, slowly numbing my body starting from my toes, softly suppresses the war I fight in every room of my mind. Sitting all alone right now, in this room of the War Department, with walls as unfeeling as an interrogation room, is sadly my only reality. Because just behind this door, at the end of those long, dim corridors, lie the massive halls of the White House, illuminated by bright crystal chandeliers, where even taking a breath is impossible. Politics, that massive, fake, deafening, and never silent noise. When I close my eyes, the faces in those halls emerge from the darkness. Men wearing expensive silks and velvets, with those perfect, ice-cold fake smiles fixed on their faces. That exhausting, endless crowd, constantly demanding things, constantly blaming each other, talking for hours and days by hiding their personal interests behind the mask of the state's survival and the nation's future. While walking among those people, in those crowded halls, only God and I know the effort I make to not slump my shoulders, to keep this long, thin, awkward body upright. Everyone expects an answer from me to their problems. And that strange name they gave me, Father of the Nation, at every corner, they demand answers belonging to the weight of this phrase. They expect me to be solid as an unshakable ship for a country fighting against darkness, under the weight of its own shattered reality. Everyone wants to unload their terrifying problems, their endless ambitions, their pathetic states onto my shoulders. Yes, I am a father, but I am merely a human being left alone with the solitude of my own son in his bed. Yet these people arrogantly demand the cultural and political equivalent of being a father from me. But every time I join these people, I watch the void inside me turn to ash, and I am forced to confront this darkness. Seeing those people look into my eyes and put their own interests above the fate of so many people for their own calculations makes me sick, and they expect a miracle from me. They want me to stitch this map, split in two, torn to shreds, with my own hands, with my own will. But tonight, in this room, where I am left alone, I only try to protect myself from the cold outside and stay away from that invincible father figure, because I have absolutely no strength left. Trying to be the father of a nation, trying to determine the existence of millions of people with a paper and pen burns inside me. How arrogant, how much a lie this was, rotting a person from the inside, pulling them into the darkest wells of pride. This merciful numbness climbing up from my ankles reminds me of how fragile, how helpless, how ordinary a man I actually am. The monotonous, merciless, massive moan of the storm outside crushes and pulverizes all those noisy conversations, those endless political debates, those meaningless power struggles in the fake halls of Washington. In this inner world of mine, in this moment, I don't have to smile at anyone. I don't have to give anyone hope and stand before them like an unshakable stone. In this wooden chair, trusting the flow of the room and piece of wood I sit on is enough. No one can annoy me with their expectations and stand before me. My fingertips softly touch the edge of that large, heavy map with its worn corners resting on the desk in front of me. In the flickering, tired orange light of this single, feeble gas lamp illuminating the room, those borders, long rivers, the exact lines separating the states on the map are slowly fading away. I only see a massive, grey, meaningless void now. During the day, when we leaned over this desk with uniformed generals and those anxious, sweating ministers, this piece of paper was a giant chessboard for us. We were shifting troops from here to there, crossing rivers, holding forests, placing thousands of people onto those lines. But now, at this freezing hour of the night, as the heavy darkness of the room settles into my eyes and mind, I know very well what those lines, those ink stains on the map actually are. They are not ink. They are dark, unhealable wounds opened and in the chest of a massive country by this endless war, this eternal fight. And the most ruthless, unbearable thing in this room, the sound coming from the left side of the desk right now, the telegraph, the small, meaningless, troublesome machine. It never stays quiet. At an uncounted hour of the night, while a huge country struggles with the cold outside, the coppers on this machine are here with me, endlessly reminding me of it another bitter vent. The clicks coming from the machine, I know what's in them. They do not consist of a code I need to decipher or a message I cannot know. It tells of the silent, eternal farewell of a young man fading into endless darkness in a muddy forest, a desolate plain, or a flatland where the weather has seen cold temperatures. Thousands of lives forced to go to the endless silence among the shadows with no end, through the orders I personally signed just so this map wouldn't tear and split in two. That is what this machine ruins my night with its clicks for. And every time this click lands on my shoulders and causes more pain in my chest, managing a massive war, keeping a country standing so it wouldn't collapse. These words constantly repeat themselves in my brain, but at the same time, they tear my mind apart. I am the reason they are fading into a silence they do not know. I am the one causing them to go on that path for the sake of saving a country. What kind of human burden is this? This permeates the human soul. That judge inside me puts me on trial over and over again and gives me a harsher punishment every single time because of this. During the day, when people are around, one doesn't realize these mistakes as much. But when a person is left alone with their conscience at night, the weight of everything increases tenfold. As I look at that map on the desk, I feel how that rigid, stone-like tension, that massive burden of conscience starting from the back of my neck and spreading across my entire back, leaves me breathless. Carrying the responsibility of so many people, listening to the echoes of their farewells, their fading into the darkness on this telegraph machine, one by one every night, my mind can no longer resolve this weight. And the machine inside my brain, even though it tries to find a solution to everything at every opportunity, is slowly rusting under the weight of this matter. Perhaps just so as not to be devastated anymore. And that is why the feeling of exhaustion on me begins to make itself felt even more. The flame of the small gas lamp resting right at the edge of my desk flickers feebly one more time with a final desperation, It has shrunk significantly, its color has faded, it has completely lost its orange warmth. Just like me, it too is tired of resisting this freezing room, this endless storm, this massive midnight blue darkness surrounding it. It is no longer trying to push back the darkness, to illuminate the room, to provide a benefit to its surroundings. It is accepting. It is peacefully accepting fading out, exhausting itself, becoming a part of that massive and silent darkness. And as I look at that flickering, dying flame, I feel that the last crumb of resistance on my shoulders, that last desire to fight, is also melting away, vanishing into the air. To resist. All my life, until coming here from that poor wooden cabin, to constantly, restlessly resist those fake politicians, this terrible war, the responsibilities resting on me, that dark, suffocating melancholy within myself. But tonight, it is finally over. Tonight, on this rough wooden chair, beyond war, politics, maps and the state, I am facing a much larger, much more unshakable, much more ancient truth, with the endless, irresistible compassion of inertia. At this hour of the night, with this responsibility, I no longer have the strength to change things. Saving someone, stopping the young people blending with the darkness, so that this country wouldn't be divided. There is nothing I can do about any of these anymore. Closing these dark rooms of my mind one by one, I leave myself to the silence of my loneliness. The rooms of Washington, full of lies and incompetence, are also closing in my mind. I am also letting go of the worn-out map on my desk that I have looked at for hours. The cruel, never-silent clicks of the Telegraph. They too have blended into the muffled lullaby of the storm outside, resembling an ocean wave, and completely faded away. I no longer have the strength to solve any crisis. Even my neck veins, which had turned stiff from clenching my teeth during the day, have relaxed. My head has already dropped to my chest and started to doze off. The cover on me, along with its heaviness, is pulling me to sleep. My eyelids can no longer resist the silence, and they too meet the night. No politics, no war, no terrible, crushing weight on my shoulders. There is only the deep, absolute, mute tranquility offered by this moment, this wooden room. Everything is slowing down, the tingling in my fingertips, my softly rising and falling ribcage, my intertwined, slowing thoughts. They all melt and disappear within that bottomless, silent, protective darkness. Now, I do not want to resist, but to leave my entire being to that heavy, wordless, dreamless peace. My mind finds its own endless silence within that dark and freezing void, without feeling anything, completely stripped of the trouble of saving the world, just slowly, softly, and irreversibly falling towards sleep. Into this magnificent inertia, my body is no longer mine. This aged, exhausted heap of flesh, frozen stiff on this rough, wooden chair, with slumped shoulders and fingertips long gone numb, no longer moves by my will. That freezing, compassionate numbness starting from my ankles, climbing softly to my thighs, and from there to my ribcage, has gradually made me an inseparable part of this small, desolate, and dark room of the War Department. I am no longer trying to stop that lead-like pressure that immense gravity on my eyelids, my lids. My breaths are so sparse, so deep. I can feel every particle of the ice-cold air filling my lungs. My mind, that exhausting, noisy machine that has been looking for a way out for years, settling the score of every soldier, every state, every loss over and over inside itself, has finally come to a halt, searching, constantly searching for a solution, a peace, a way out. What a massive delusion this was, wandering the borders of arrogance, eating a person from the inside out. To think that you could carry the entire weight of the world on your shoulders, wearing that fake savior's cape, believing you could stop the shattering of a massive country with your own hands. People looking at me in those grand halls, in those crowded meetings, thought I could actually solve things, change things. And I believed it too. I too believed in that massive fake role that crushes the shoulders. Yet now, in the midst of this pitch darkness, at the base of an extinguished gas lamp, I watch with great peace how that meaningless search collapses upon itself, how it is pulverized. That map resting on my desk, that piece of paper upon which the shadows of thousands of young men have fallen, it means nothing anymore. All those borderlines, rivers, towns have melted away in the magnificent darkness of this night. I no longer have to unite anywhere, save anywhere, because when a human being ultimately cannot even save that small, dark room within himself, trying to save the world is merely a giant noise. The moment I understand this truth, the last crumb of resistance on my shoulders also melts and fades into the air. That century-old effort I spent to hold my neck upright gives way to a perfect surrender. That desire to discover inside me, that rush to fix the world, leaves its place to the compassion of this magnificent darkness, to the freezing and healing blanket of sleep. I no longer need to untie any knots. I have long reached the most peaceful horizon imaginable. This stone-walled room, this dying lamp, this perfect, bottomless solitude, those final sparse clicks coming from the telegraph machine. Click, click. They are no longer news from the front lines. They are merely time talking to itself. It slowly crushes, erases, shatters all the words in my mind, all the speeches people expect from me, all those heavy matters of state. Even the pain of Willie's absence, even that great pain of losing a child that pierces my chest and leaves me breathless, goes numb inside this inertia, freezes, and wraps itself in a merciful silence. That massive mind, which once carried the world on its shoulders, is now slowly, softly closing, accompanied by the monotonous lullaby of the wind. The muscles in my neck relax completely. My head, offering no objection, drops toward my chest with an indescribable peace. My eyelids, that thick, dark, and protective curtain, softly closes my last connection with the outside world. The numbness in my fingertips crosses my arms and reaches the rhythm of my heart. Everything blurs. The howling winter outside can no longer break the absolute silence inside this room. The meaning I sought, that absolute peace I chased for all these years, turns out to be this very inertia itself. I am letting myself go slowly toward that bottomless, compassionate void, feeling no physical weight at all. All the roads, all the wars, all the escapes are over. The borders of my room blend into borders of the universe. There is only sleep now. That deep, wordless, dreamless, absolute sleep. The last tension in my ribcage also unwinds. I am falling toward the heart of the darkness, carrying the weight of nothing, slowly, calmly, and completely.
That ice-cold, stone-walled telegraph room in Washington is now completely dark. That massive mind, sworn to carry all the pains, all the division of a massive country on its own shoulders, trying to fix everything, has surrendered to gravity and the absolute inertia of the night. His war is over. The lamp has gone out. Thoughts have stopped. The clicks have ended. And now, it is your turn. You allow it, too. Let your body and your thoughts become one with that massive, protective darkness of this night. Your day is over. You have done everything you had to do today. Just like that tired president, you two ran all day in those crowded, noisy rooms of your own mind. You tried to solve things, to prove things to someone, to be that perfect person everyone expects. But the things you couldn't achieve, the things left unfinished, those meaningless, heavy, and exhausting expectations resting on your shoulders. They are no longer the problem of tonight. All of them have remained outside the door of the room you are sleeping in right now, in that freezing and distant void. Right now, inside this bed, in this protective darkness, you do not have to fix anything. It is not your duty to save the world, to shoulder the troubles of others, to make perfect plans for tomorrow. Your only duty right now is to stop, to embrace the endless compassion of inertia. The time has come to pull the plug on that exhausting, noisy machine in your mind that talks constantly plans for tomorrow, and judges the mistakes of the past. Gently release those invisible, lead weights on your shoulders, that stiff tension in your neck into the bed. Stop resisting the compassionate, indisputable, and merciful power of gravity. Let your body surrender to gravity, just like the heavy wooden chair in that room. Let it bury itself fully into the soft texture of the bed. As you allow it, that weight will make you feel even safer. Sleep is your most natural, most untouchable, most ancient sanctuary. Give yourself permission to get lost and rest in this silent darkness. We are now completely silencing all the guilt of today, that cruel inner voice saying, "I should have done that too," right here, in this exact second. Let everything go. Letting go is the noblest, most silent answer given to the noise of this exhausting world. Let time flow entirely independent of you, outside of you. Time is no longer your concern. You don't need to hold on to anything. Your eyelids have grown too heavy to ever open again. Your eyelashes are sealed together. Your body has become an inseparable part of the bed. Your mind is gliding smoothly and safely toward the bottom of that bottomless, silent, compassionate ocean. Everything is fine. Everything is exactly as it should be. The darkness covers you with mercy. Now sleep, just sleep, surrender to a deep, dark, and wordless sleep.